Stand-up bodyboarding has to be one of the hardest moves you do on a bodyboard. The first time I came across it and had my mind blown was when we went to El Salvador. El Salvador, most of you may not know, is a hotbed for bodyboarding talent. When I first went there, I was like, I'm just trying to find a new place to run Bodyboard Holidays, and I'm trying to discover spots all the way up through Central America. When I went to El Salvador, I was walking along the beach one day, sat down, had a beer at sunset, and I was just watching all these little bodyboarders come out of kind of the jungle, start catching waves, and I was like, God, these young lads seem to be pretty good at it. And then this guy came along on a longer bodyboard and paddled out with no fins, and I was like, what is this guy all about? Before I knew it, my mind was blown. As you can see by the footage, he is shredding, has total control, managed to catch waves when you shouldn't be able to catch waves, because if you've ever tried catching a wave on a bodyboard without swim fins, it's incredibly hard. He catches waves, hops to his feet, nails turns so smoothly, and then blows your mind by doing airs and getting barreled. From the first time that I saw this happening, I had to tell the rest of the world about it. You know, I wanted to bring bodyboarders to this bodyboarding hotbed and share this magical area with them. Now, why has it spawned so many good bodyboarders? I can tell you why. It's because there's such an amazing selection of waves in such a small distance. So where our bodyboard camp is, we're so fortunate to have a right-hand wedgie point break, and then round at the other side of that cobblestone point, there's a left-hand wedgie beach break, and further along that beach, there's a slabby shore break. So if you put all those things together, all in the space of like 1.5 miles, it's basically a bodyboarding breeding ground. There's a little cool bodyboard shop right in the middle of our little town that we visit, and that's got such a cool scene with so many young bodyboarders coming through the ranks, showing their skills and developing, and they're really competitive to go on the international stage and push their skills, but sometimes that's limited to where they can get to because of the financial boundaries that are in their way. So we try with Bodyboard Holidays every year to support this local crew. We bring all the guests that come and ourselves. We bring bodyboards, we bring fins, we bring leashes, we bring rash guards, and we try and kit the crew out, and there's nothing better than returning the following year, seeing more bodyboarders using this kit and just really blowing up with it. Now, we've brought Jay Reel and Vicky Reel on this trip for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and they're hopefully going to come forevermore. They inspire us as bodyboarders, and they've certainly inspired the bodyboarders locally. But that said, the stand-up riding far surpasses anything that Jay and Vicky can do in the stand-up department, and there's even some fantastic drop knee and prone riders that on their day probably right up there with Jay, Vicky, and us guys. Shredding skills are like on point. So what can I say about El Salvador? You're going to have your mind blown by bodyboarding footage. You're going to have your mind blown, bodyboarding action. You're going to have your mind blown by the temperature, the climate, the quality food, and the amazing vibe. There's nowhere that I've ever been in the world as a bodyboarder and felt more welcome. So don't take my word for it. Watch the footage, check it out. If you want to see these freaks of nature shredding with your own eyes, join us on a trip to El Salvador. It is bodyboarding heaven.
If you would like more tutorials, interviews or product reviews, just hit the like and subscribe button. And for more information on our UK and international coaching weekends, retreats, holidays and Outdoor Instructor Academy, visit our website at www.bodyboard-holidays.com, and we look forward to getting barreled with you soon.